What's up, y'all? Peace and light, peace and love. Happy 2023 out here. Word. I am going to bring an intuitive divine oracle message. We're going to give an overview of the year 2023. I want to thank my spiritual supports for assisting me in delivering this message. Let's see what message we have. I'm going to look at three spheres. I'm going to look at our relationships, the work we here to do, and what our money is looking like, huh? Let's start off with our relationships in the year 2023. Can you believe that? 2023. Where we at? So this is all about in January. We looking at January, word. In January, we are looking at like letting go a lot of the stuff that no longer serves us, a lot of the stuff that used to sap our energy, a lot of the stuff that we ruminated on, any of those past relationships, any of the past behaviors, things that didn't work for us. We leaving all of that shit by the wayside. Where Spirit wants to talk about how we're proceeding in our relationships and maybe how we get to know each other. Because as you reveal your most innermost selves to people, your bond is going to deepen. And so what Spirit is talking about in this particular card right here, where it's talking about us getting to know each other, this is an opportunity for us to make genuine connections with people. No more of that surface relationship, yeah, what's up, everybody's going, or even just speaking some of those truths where we feel like we need to go along to get along, or we need to really watch what it is that we saying so that we don't color outside of the line, so to say, right? We don't say anything that might be offensive to people. But when we set an intention to not be offensive to people and really watch the language and how we deliver those messages, Spirit is letting us know we can definitely speak our truth. We can definitely speak our mind. But it is in the vibration that we deliver that. And we really want to be mindful of that. See, our obstacle and our challenges is that we get all involved in the passion of everything. And when you allow your heart and your soul to sing with joy, this is when you really let the highest vibration of your passion be able to express itself. So when we get into this space where we got strong feelings about something, we standing on our square and we ain't making no moves for anybody, we really got to make sure that we're whole in space for what we believe, but also being respectful at the end of the day of all of these other people that may see the world a little bit differently from us. It don't only go one way. And we got to recognize those things that we're passionate about. That don't mean you dissipate your passion. That means you stand on your square, but you do it in kindness. Spirit is reminding us to keep an open mind at the end of the day, right? That's what our recommendation is, because your soulmate may differ from any type of the expectations this card is saying. And what Spirit is really trying to communicate is that sometimes you may make connections with people that don't look like you, that don't operate the same way that you do, and you must keep an open mind. They got a different political perspective than you. They come from a different background than you. But when you keep when you keep your mind open, your heart open, you really allow for the divine to step in and show off in your life. And when you keep an open mind, you start making these connections that's going to broaden your perspective, which actually makes you smarter at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, what you end up finding is a new love. A person, a situation, or a thing will have stirred up some new feelings for you. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to do with those particular romantic relationships, as this card is indicating, because Spirit is showing me business partnerships, successful friendships at the end of the day. But we got to get into this space where we get to know each other and really, really practice the principle of temperance. Leaving that old way of going about doing things where everything has to be this adversarial approach. Because when that Eight of Cups was showing up for the month of January. I almost lost my train of thought. The month of January. And it's letting us know to let all of that foolishness go that no longer serves you and really focus on those things that's important at the end of the day. And this is what's going to help us be successful in our relationships for June. I mean, for January. I'm all 6 months ahead, huh? So let's see what Spirit has for us for the work we came here to do. Let's see what's up with that. So in this month of January, Spirit wants you to know that you are protected in what it is that you came here to do. See, sometimes we think we in this space where we are going to be criticized for the things that we do, for the work that we're trying to do, for the things that we're trying to get across. It may not be well received. This book that I'm writing, folks may not be feeling it. But Spirit is coming through to let you know that you're protected in that, and you're going to be supported. And all of those things is going to start to come in alignment that's going to really support the direction that you're going in. The challenge is how we got to get our emotional stability together. So when Spirit comes through with this music card and letting us know that our connection to music is healing for ourselves and others, this is an opportunity for us to really check in with the things that we're listening to, the things that we are allowing to minister in our mind, because it affects our emotional well-being. Sometimes the music that we listen to, it puts us in a vibration that's not really going to help us or support us in the direction that we're going to. If we're looking to do something that's in a high vibration and then we're allowing low vibrational music to minister to us, or even if we're watching low vibrational programming on the television, you watching the news, you worried about how the virus is going to get you. The music that's going on around you, the sounds, the things that you hear is affecting our well-being. And Spirit is encouraging and reminding us to really pay attention to the things that we're taking in. The recommendation is for you to start using those skills of oration. See, when this speaker card begins to come up, this is all about you speaking your truth, being true to who you are, being original. See, ain't nobody gonna come out here and do the same thing that you doing. When you start speaking your truth, when you bring your authenticity to the table, there ain't nothing that nobody can say or do to take you up off the square that you set for yourself. What am I talking about? What does that mean? When you do you, you authentic and you true to you, no one can take that away from you, love. So when you start to recognize what's real, what's true for you, that don't mean it got to turn into a situation as we just talked about in our relationship reading. It's not an adversarial thing. You true to who you are and you doing that respectively. And when you start stepping into your truth, start living in who it is you are and what you came here to do, you will open up more into a space where you begin to trust what Spirit has for you. You got to trust your feelings and your dreams that's going to help to direct you on your path. So when Spirit is coming through, telling you that you really got to trust and that you protected at the end of the day, you got to trust that. And you got to do this work that's going to assist you in propelling you in that direction of the work that you're doing. Your emotional well-balance is contingent. Your emotional well-being is contingent on your success. Your balance, your mental stability is contingent on your success. So when you start speaking your truth and your power in a grounded, in an authentic way, you begin to open up the floodgates of all of those things that the divine has in store for you, but you got to trust. Let's see what our money look like right about now. Let's see what spirit got on our money situation for the month of January. What in the world is going on with me? So spirit is coming through on all of that stuff. We leaving behind with that 8 of cups. We putting that foolishness in a burning bowl. We lighting it up and we letting it go. We setting our intentions to move forward. And spirit is coming through to let you know that life is always in motion. So you cannot be stuck. You cannot be stuck. See, sometimes we get into this space where we start feeling like, well, I don't see the results that I've been looking for. I'm feeling stuck. I feel like I ain't going nowhere. And this is what I've been told is called that whole 0 point, right? That middle space that you get in where you don't know for sure what the future is going to look like. And you're really not sure the direction that you're going in, right? But when spirit is coming through telling you that life is in motion so you can't be stuck, this is letting you know about you staying in the right vibration and really being open to those things that spirit had for you. You are already in alignment. You already here doing the work that you came to do, right? You just stand firm on your square and watch what it do. The issue, the concern, the obstacle, the challenge that we have is knowing what is really appropriate. See, when this card comes through about knowing what is appropriate for us, this is all about us really getting this opportunity to change the way we've been going about thinking about things. This is going to open a gateway for us to move on the more positive downstream flow of how the energy goes when we're trying to make the connections to our success. When spirit comes through letting us know that this obstacle that we have is knowing what's really appropriate. See, only you know what's appropriate for you. You can't sit back and let somebody else be your gauge, be your compass on what in the hell is right for you. See, because this is how we step into that realm of inauthenticity. We start watching how somebody else is rolling. We start going along to get along. We look at the consensus. Hey, ain't nobody laughing at that. I thought it was pretty funny. You hold your laugh in because you don't want to look like the odd person out. But what spirit is telling you is that only you know what's appropriate for you. You got to be the odd person out sometimes. Sometimes you got to say the thing that's on your mind because this is the thing that people is thinking of. They ain't speaking it. So you got to really get into that space of really knowing what's appropriate for you, because when you step into this authenticity, this is really going to help us to be able to make some coast on a whole nother other. It's not about controlling your thoughts, though. Spirit wants you to know it's not about controlling your thoughts where you got to sit back and think, oh, Pollyanna thoughts the whole particular time around. That's not what this game is about. That's not how we do this at all whatsoever. This is all about guiding your thoughts, right? This is about swimming downstream. It's not about just getting this rigid control. Up, let me get into this space. Let me get into that space. But really guiding yourself. And how you do that is you focus on those desired results, right? You focus on the things that you would like to see happen. It's the lesser of those evils that's going on in your mind, right? And you start thinking about all of the challenges, all of the things that you got to do, all of the things all of the work that has to be put in, it starts to kind of lower the whole vibe of where it is that you're going, right? But when you start focusing on desired results, successes, the victory, you really start guiding your thoughts more into the direction that you're trying to go. And spirit is really letting you know this is not about controlling your thoughts. It's about really guiding them in the direction that you want to go. Because what we know for sure is that our mind is going to go where it go. And spirit wants you to also recognize one of these things. Wants you to recognize what's real right here. That the mind is going to go all over the place. You have to take control of the direction that they go in. That doesn't mean that you sitting up here with this rigid approach, right? But this is more about you recognizing it, you respecting that that's a thought that came into your mind, and then steering the car in the other direction. It's like driving a vehicle, right? You don't want to go down that street. You go steer the car in a different direction so that you don't go down that avenue. It's not necessarily about control. It's more about guiding it. The energy, the charge on that is so much easier. And then in your appreciation, when you start focusing on those things that you want, on those desired results, on how you want to see it go, then on that whole journey, you're guiding your thoughts on all of those things that's working for you, the successes that you've had, the positive connection and the support that you got in your appreciation. There's going to be no resistance in that. You offer no resistance in appreciation. You keep it moving at the end of the day. And that's how spirit has for you. That's what January. Why am I in June and July? I have no idea. But this is the message that spirit has for you for your January energy navigation. So definitely stay in your highest vibration. Peace and light. Peace and love.